Hello, friends, and welcome to our class once again. This morning, we shall talk about the probability and we shall concentrate on the bias theorem. The bias theorem, not very difficult. We are told in a given college, we call it XYZ College. There are three departments: the mechanical department, the electrical department, and the business department. We also told in the mechanical department we had the male and the female students. We had 40 male students in the mechanical and 20 female students in the mechanical. That forms a total of 60 students in the mechanical department. Again, we can also see from the electrical department we have 60 male and 40 female students, and that giving a total of 100 students. The same way, we still have 80 students in business department being male and 120 female students in the business department. That's giving us a total of 200 students. In the same way, we are also seeing the totals are given here. We can see the total for the male students is 180 and the total for the female students is 180, and therefore we are having 360 students in total. Now, Bayes' theorem, written as probability of A stroke B, is simply the probability of A when B has already happened. The probability of an event when a preceding event has already happened. Right. In answer to this question, because the examiner is asking, what is the probability of picking a male student in mechanical, a female student that is in mechanical, a male student in electrical, female student in electrical, business student that is male in business department, and a female in the business department. In answer to this, we shall utilize the tree diagram. The tree diagram is drawn thus. We shall look at the total number here. The total number of students in the whole college is 360. Right. We also have the number of mechanical students being 60, right? 60. The number of electrical students being 100, 100, and the number of business students being 200. That gives us a total of 360. The 60 from mechanical, 100 from electrical, and 200 from business department. So, and therefore, the probability of picking a student from mechanical department, or the ratio of mechanical to the total, would be 60 out of 360. What are we saying? From the table, we can see the mechanical had 60 and the total of the students is 360, and therefore the probability of picking any student from mechanical department is 60 out of the total 360, and therefore that's why we are having 60 divided by 360. Once again, we can see because we have 40 students in the mechanical department being male and 20 being female. Once again, we come down here to the tree diagram and we shall split the mechanical group. We split it into the male and the female. The total of the mechanical department is 60 students, and therefore we shall say for the male it shall be 40 out of 60. The probability of picking a male in the mechanical department would be 40 out of 60. That is the probability of picking a male student in the mechanical department. That is the number of male in the department divided by the total in the department. In the same way, the probability of picking a female F in the mechanical department would be the number of females in the department divided by the total in the department. All right. In the same way, we have 100 students in the electrical department. And so the probability of picking an electrical student in the whole school would be 100 electrical students divided by 360 as total population of the college. And thus, dividing the electrical department once again into two, into the male and the female, remembering that the total of our electrical students is 100, then we shall split into the male and female groups. And because we have 60 male in electrical and 40 female in electrical, in the same way, we shall then have 60 out of 100 being the probability of picking a male in the electrical, and once again 40 out of 100 being the probability of picking a female in the electrical department. Lastly, in the business department, we are having a total of 200 students in the business department, and therefore the probability of picking a business student will be the 200 business divided by the total. 200 business students divided by the total of the school population. In the same way, like we've done for the mechanical and electrical, we split again. The business is now split into male and female, and because now we are dealing with the business only, we shall have the male being 80 in the business. We divide by the 200 in the business, that the ratio of male to the total of business students, that's the probability of picking a male in the business department, and also the probability of picking a female in the business department would be 120 out of 200. Why? Because there are 120 females in the business department. Now, combining our probabilities, if a person would ask us what is the probability of picking a male from mechanical department, a male from mechanical department, then we need to follow this route. We follow the route from the source, we follow the route mechanical department, then it's split to the male. So the probability of picking a mechanical student that is a male would be the probability of picking a male in the mechanical department multiplied by the probability of picking a mechanical student in the total, in the whole school, in the whole college. And therefore, if we were to be asked the probability of picking a male in the mechanical department, we first of all say picking a male is our probability of A, and the mechanical department is B. Therefore, we say the probability of picking a male having been found to be from the mechanical department, okay, probability of picking A or of A when B has already occurred will therefore be equal to 60 over 360 multiplied by 40 over 60. That one becomes 4 over 36, and that comes 1 out of 9. In the same way, we shall also have the probability of picking a mechanical student being a male. Mechanical student being a male will be given by 60 over 360 times 20 over 60, and that gives us 1 out of 18. In the same way, we shall get the probability of picking an electrical student and being a male would be 100 over 360 multiplied by 60 over 100. That would be 1 out of 6. Again, following the same route, we shall have the Probability of picking a female in electrical would again multiplication of the two probabilities. That would be 100 over 360 multiplied by 40 over 100, and that gives me 1 out of 9. Once again, in the same way, as we finish up, the probability of picking a male student in the business department is the multiplication of the probability of the business department times the probability of the male in the business department, and that comes to 200 over 360 multiplied by 80 over 200, and that comes to 8 over 36, and that is 2 out of 9. Right. Lastly, we shall have the probability of picking a female in the business department. Once again, we multiply the two probabilities, and we shall say this is given by 200 out of 360 multiplied by 120 out of 200. That becomes 1 out of 3, and that is the probability shown in the tree diagram. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe. Thank you, and have a good time.